Hey all, I've got some exciting news to share around NIO Park, which is the NIO factory that is currently being built, and I'll give you a little bit more of context, so how it compares to Tesla's Gigafactory and the speed of the construction. So here we go. So a Chinese blogger on Weibo has published some pictures and news around that NIO has held a ceremony today around NIO Park, and basically starting with the tooling inside of the factory, so installing the equipment in the now, semi-complete factory building. And I do remember this step very well because I was actually one of the first bloggers on the ground at Giga Shanghai, basically discovering that Tesla has started with tools inside of the factory. Back then I got even a nice mention in the article by Teslarati, and Elon Musk liked that tweet. So pretty exciting stage, and so let's see how this compares. And therefore I have created this slide basically comparing Giga Shanghai to Giga Berlin as well as NIO Park. And here you can see the duration of the process taking place. So starting from month number 1, where for each of these factories an agreement has been signed, and then I've researched for each of these factories all of the steps that have taken place until production. And basically the benchmark here is Giga Shanghai, which after just 18 months after signing the agreement was actually already producing car. The whole construction process was even only less than 12 months, because from agreement to groundbreaking it took 7 months to level the field, and then creating the first constructions, the steel pillars, the walls were up, and then the tooling was put into the factory. This was when I visited the Giga factory in Shanghai for the first time. And how does it compare, for example, to Giga Berlin? Well, Giga Berlin was much faster in the very beginning. So only 3 months after the agreement signed and the official paperwork, they started leveling. After 2 months, again, they already started the groundbreaking ceremony and had the walls up pretty quickly. So within just half a year, basically, we saw the first constructions going up. But then lots of time has been passed, and the tooling was only installed like a couple of months ago. And now this factory is basically stalling in a way, because I think it could actually already produce cars. So we had the big party taking place at Giga Berlin, but it is still waiting for the licenses, and there may be some additional finalizing work to do, but I think it will take in total more than 24 months from the agreement to production for Giga Berlin to go online. Now, how does it compare to NIO Park? So now we are here in month 11 after the assignment agreement, because now the first tooling has been installed, as the ceremony shows today. And it has been quite fast also with leveling, also just in the second month. I showed you the pictures of the mud field, and then there was also the official groundbreaking ceremony by the very end of April. And then we saw the first pictures of the steel constructions going up, and lately also saw that the building was looking much more refined. And now basically they start with the inside work. And well, if we look at the outline, they plan for Q2 until Q3 to actually have the production ramping up. And if we all take this together, then this would actually be almost 2 months earlier than the benchmark here, Giga Shanghai. So while NIO is ramping a little bit slower currently than Tesla, because they are in an earlier stage of the company growth. So basically, if you have this S-curve, then NIO sits at the very beginning where it's just gradually increasing, while Tesla is already on this huge ramp upwards. And so NIO isn't known for this huge scale or quick speed so far, but NIO Park here definitely seems to be very impressive in terms of the timing. I know there could be delays into next year, of course, and I would rather say like towards the second half of the year we should base our expectations. But still, this timeline is very similar to Giga Berlin if we consider the entire process there. And that would be actually quite interesting for NIO, because 2022 is, of course, a very important year given the ET7 launch, and then also increasing production capabilities with the old factory getting closer to 300,000 production capacity, plus this new factory will in the initial stages have another 300,000 capacity, Of course, later on we'll go up to 1 million of capacity only for this new NIO factory, but this will of course take a little bit more time. But in general, this is I think very important timing for NIO here, because like the legacy car manufacturers like Audi, they're still working on their full EV and smart car concepts. The project Artemis, which is scheduled for 2024, 2025. So building up these factory capacities here already now, I think is crucial in order to have this window of opportunity there. Given this fast progress on the factory side, is a strong indicator for that NIO could actually really grow 100% year over year next year again. Puts us here again at a very favorable price to sales ratio of only 11 price to sales right now, into next year coming down to only a 5 times price to sales multiple, compared to Tesla at 14 and even XPeng higher here at 7 still, assuming a 120% growth here. I've now updated these numbers with the impressive XPeng earnings and guidance for this year. And so given this obvious undervaluation, it's quite interesting to see whether or not NIO will be able to break this downtrend here. Of course, I've mentioned that there seems to be some illegal naked short selling going on, holding NIO down currently. That is my assumption here. But the question is whether or not after NIO has completed their at-the-market offering, the shorts may have already started to cover a little bit with this 10% move recently, and are kind of trapped now, because in case that this really breaks, then I would think this should rather continue in a big move here. We've seen lots of short-term call options buying coming in this week.
NIO hit yesterday with some sizable buying yesterday. They're also buying again today in NIO. And as a matter of fact, they bought 18,000 of Friday's expiring 43 strike calls. So when I say they continue to come after all of these different EVs and they're coming in size, this is a great example of that. They were buying yesterday, they're buying again today, and they just continue to buy into the EV space.
And so if I'm right on this take, this may actually even trigger a little short squeeze here. We'll see whether or not the current market conditions allow for that, because obviously we've seen also quite a big tech decrease in the recent days. So let me know down in the comments what you think, whether or not NIO can actually break this pattern right now, or it needs another try later on. And then anyways, I hope you find this information valuable, and then see you in the next one.